Everything here is so connected and so together. It's like as if everything combines together into this beautiful harmony. Like Jews and Arabs and tourists from all over the world, like Chinese and Australians, all together, something that you cannot find anywhere else.
When we walk in Jerusalem, we feel the story comes alive. 2,000 years ago, the people there walked there around, Jesus walked there around, and now we walk around here. It's very special.
I feel the sky is a bit closer. I feel that it's not just a story from the history books, but it's real and it's alive, and I'm a part of it.
Cities, one break. Tel Aviv, Jerusalem. Book your trip now.
Mamila Avenue is in an excellent location, 5 minutes away from the old city. In the Mamila Avenue, you have stores and restaurants from local and international brands as well.
We can be here with all the stores, all the tourists and everything, and after you can walk in 5 minutes to the hotel.
I really like the combination of old and new. You have like the traditional, like the old city, and you have fashion, foods. I love the food here.
Everything here is so connected and so together. It's like as if everything combines together into this beautiful harmony. Like Jews and Arabs and tourists from all over the world, like Chinese and Australians, all together, something that you cannot find anywhere else.
Hi, ladies and gentlemen. This is Steve Leibowitz, and I'm joined by W. Rabinowitz, and this is the final game being broadcast today. We have certainly the odds-on favorite to win the championship, Denmark, undefeated, and they'll be playing against Russia, which has one victory against Switzerland in the tournament. They are eliminated from playoff competition. Denmark is looking to finish out with a perfect record. And Denmark is even going to take it a little bit easy today because they're going to be starting a backup quarterback. Nicholas Johansson will play instead of Fredrik Ermler. And Denmark should be able to just glide to a relatively easy victory today, but you never know in flag football. The weather is really hot. We're all sweating. Not so hot. How hot is it, Debbie? We've been out here in the boiling sun, and it is. It's a beautiful.
Too humid here in Jerusalem.
Beautiful day at Kraft Family Sports Campus in Jerusalem. We're at a state-of-the-art facility through the generosity of the Kraft family. Owners of the Patriots, Robert Kraft, Dan Kraft, shout out to you guys if you're watching. And
of course they're watching. They're scouting talent.
It's been a tremendous tournament so far. This is the last game of the second day of competition. Tomorrow is Shabbat, Saturday, day off for everybody. Usually it's just a day off for Team Israel. Everybody gets off on Saturday in Israel. And they'll all be able to rest, see our beautiful country. I know you've been seeing that advertising from the Ministry of Tourism over the last 2 days. Really, it's a great country to visit, and we'd like to see you guys back here. Drink a lot of water. May Eden is our sponsor. We also have the Cooper Dry Bags as a sponsor, and we're really thankful to those guys. Of course, Robert Kraft is our biggest supporter, Ira and Yael Kleinman, and also Simon Fallick. And the game is underway, and quick pass to number 80.
Russia gets off a nice short completion, but it's a good way to get started. And Steve, all the players from all the teams have been talking to me about what a beautiful facility this is. They've actually said the weather has been nice. No worry about rain here in Jerusalem in the summer.
No lightning like we had in Panama last year. And
Russia breaks open a huge play. And a touchdown on the second play from scrimmage.
That's Silas Meyer with the touchdown.
Let's watch how he breaks this open. It looks like it's going to be a nice short gain. And with a little move, he's off to the races.
I was really surprised by that because Silas Meyer is actually a defensive back. And, you know, this is a game that I think Denmark realized they have a big advantage, and they're playing some of the backups or giving them a chance to get in on the offensive action. So Silas Meyer with a rare touchdown. Into the end zone for the conversion, number 81, Jonas Hansen. Too easy. That was sorry. We're going to take all that back. That was Russia with the too easy score. We're going to do a rewind on all of that last thing. I was just assuming it was Denmark, and that's also their away colors. But sorry about that, guys. Now it's Denmark with the ball. Number 3, Oscar Stark with a short reception. So Russia's taking a lead, Dovey. Why didn't you tell me?
Thought you were paying attention, Steve.
I just saw Denmark colors and assumed that it was them because it was such an easy score.
Well, it usually would be a safe assumption. Denmark has been, unstoppable. And here, all of a sudden, we'll get a chance to see how they respond to playing from behind.
Steve, to be fair, it's not your fault because Denmark yesterday, they were wearing white.
I know, the same colors.
They're away colors.
They're red and white.
But still, no excuse. My mistake. I apologize to all the viewers, and we'll try to keep it straight from here on in. Denmark with, what do we got, third down?
Third and short. Looking long.
Down the middle, and it's tipped away by number 23 for Russia. That's Dmitry Fomichev. Listen, Russia gets a stop here and gets the ball back. They could really put Denmark in an early hole. I'm not sure the Danes are awake yet. They thought this was going to be a cakewalk. They're going to have to step up their game.
That was good defense by
Russia's come out to play.
Russia over the middle.
This is Russia's first international flag football tournament, but they are here to play. There's a first down. That was number 12 for Denmark. That's Chimadon, Alexander Chimadon.
Steve, as we're getting towards the end of our broadcast for today, how about give us a little sneak peek to what to expect on Sunday?
Well, look, on Sunday we're talking about Israel having led the men's group, topping the group with a 4-1 record, so they're going to be going straight into the semifinal on the men's side. On the other group, it'll be Denmark leading the group, whatever happens in this game. There's a long gain for Denmark. That was Oscar Stark. Denmark will be heading their group. So Israel and Denmark will get a bye into the Final Four.
And we see how Stark turns a short gain into a long one.
Yep. And on the women's side, we've got, of course, Austria topping their group on one side, and Denmark topping the second group. Those are the two teams that will go into the finals. For the rest, we'll have to wait for the standings, but those are the two favorites at the moment. Denmark and Austria. There's a touchdown for Denmark, number 23. That is Niklas Johansson.
And they'll attempt a 1-point conversion for the tie.
And here comes the extra point attempt. There's a fade pass to the back of the end zone, complete to number 89, which is Rasmus Brandt. And the score is now tied at 7.
Quarterback knows he's got a pretty big target back there and takes advantage of it.
Good timing. Timed it out well.
Let's see if Russia can keep their offense moving.
And there's an incomplete pass and a short pass. Russia's just trying to get some decent field position, get away from their own goal line before looking downfield. And second down, a short shovel pass that is not completed, so it's hits the ground, and we have third down. Kind of a wasted down, don't you think, Davi? That play was going nowhere.
I would prefer an incomplete long pass to that. Make the defense respect the downfield threat.
Right, spread out the field a little bit. Get them worried about a deep pass, but keeping it short, too short. And we have third down now. They've got to look downfield now.
Yeah.
They've got to look downfield now. And
that's going to be a penalty.
That's got to be a pass interference. Sorry.
And you can see the defender arrives on time, even a bit early. But the receiver was able to screen the ball, so the defender basically had to play through the receiver, thereby essentially forcing the penalty.
So the refs made a good call, Dovey, right?
Oh, yes. No question.
Yeah, that was an easy one to call.
Well, yeah, that gives Russia a second life on this drive.
That was a very short pass.
But in that case, I think it was good because that sets up second and short. You can take a shot or two downfield and still have the opportunity for a fairly easy, I mean, not certain, but fairly easy first down conversion on third or fourth down.
This is the time to go deep.
Yes.
Yes. No, but it doesn't.
I very much disagree with that decision.
Of course, you got the first down, but now you're going to have first and goal from midfield. Take a shot downfield. Go for the first down on third or fourth.
I would literally prefer that have been incomplete if I were if I were Russia.
I would chalk that up to inexperience in international competition for Russia. That's just not something that's not a good use of your down.
It's a team that's too worried about getting a first down. The first down doesn't get you any points.
That's right. But look, they're playing a solid game. They're in this.
Look, 7-7.
All right, we have a two-quarterback situation. He can run. Number 7 does run. He gets the first down. Oh, sorry, that was first down. It's now going to be second and long.
So again, that's a play that's designed to just gain a few yards.
A running play for midfield. You gain 5, doesn't help you a lot. They've got to look toward the end zone eventually.
Yeah, I mean, at least try to get within the 10 on this play.
Okay. Gotcha. And so, and I'll call that incomplete, Dovey, don't you think? Yeah, he almost had it, bobbled it a little bit, came loose before he went out of bounds.
Yeah, no question he didn't have control of the ball.
No. All right, we've got 3rd and goal.
And I have to say, it was not designed to gain a lot of yards.
No, again, being 3rd and 20 or 3rd and 15 doesn't make that much difference. You want to go downfield.
Mm-hmm.
Man in motion. 4 men on one side of the field and a complete pass near the sideline.
He's still
going, number 1. And I see a hole, too. I don't know if they're going to call it, but it looked like he grabbed onto his flag belt. Dovey, you think he grabbed his flag belt?
Might have gotten away with one there. I mean, it's hard to call when a defender has their hands, partially on the flag. That's what they're supposed to be pulling at. So.
All right, here we got 4th and goal. This is a big play for Russia. They've got a shot to get back even in this game.
Get back in the lead if they score.
Get back in the lead. Into the end zone. It falls incomplete.
And an interesting call. That's going to be a hold on the Danish rusher. So they didn't get the call on the last play, but this one was really bigger.
So Russia's going to have 1st and goal. That's huge.
That is huge, Steve.
Right, score is 7-7. Sorry about that. 7-7, Denmark, Russia. Take a minute to let that sink in the second half.
With Russia poised to potentially take the lead, first and goal from the 2.
End of the first half. I'm like dizzy. Sorry, we're still in the first half. Oh, nearly picked off.
Nearly picked.
Even though you guys are not always looking at the monitor, I have to say the viewers are having an issue now because the brightness, there's so many clouds, and it goes cloudy, and then right with the sun. It might also affect our players here.
We have actually some wind here. There's some actual weather other than hot and hotter. Wind is good. And into the end zone and dropped. That was Jonas Hansen with a drop. Sorry, once again, we're back with the Russians, with Dmitry Ivanov with the drop.
Quarterback did a good job there finding the more or less open man in traffic. Just couldn't quite hold on.
Not quite into the end zone. We have a stop on about the 1.
The 1 inch line, I would say.
This is one of the longest drives I can remember in a while.
Yes, what with the penalties, keeping a series of downs alive. A very, very long drive. It couldn't have gone very much further at the 1 inch line here.
Gotta punch it in now. And it's into the end zone, and Russia has taken the lead. Dmitry Ivanov with the score.
And we may actually have a Russian weapon that Denmark does not quite have an answer for. with the height and the speed crossing the field and getting essentially an uncontested completion there for the touchdown. It's a little bit hard to imagine Denmark not having an answer for the Russian team.
And there we go with the extra point, Dove. And the ball's dropped, but he was short of the end zone in any case. I don't know why he would throw that pass. He was not going to get the score. So we've got 13-7. Russia leading Denmark. I never thought I was going to say that. Russia leading Denmark 13-7. And of course, when I say Denmark, I am including Greenland. Denmark with the ball. And it's a short pass reception. I don't know what the strategy is here, Dovey. It's like a 3-yard play.
To try to get back in gear, but
they're not fooling anybody. That was Oscar Stark with a 2-yard gain. They, too, have got to start looking downfield a little bit. Start spreading it out. The Russians are just sitting back and letting them have the short gains. Here's another one. Another 3-yard play. He's got a good run.
A couple of missed flags there.
Now we know why. He did it. Okay,
and there's
and
a
a hold.
at the end of the play.
All right, well, that's the way to turn a 2-yard gain into a 25-yard gain and the penalty. They'll end up first and goal from about the 10 or 15 by the time this play's over.
The officials confer.
What did you see, Dovey? We have a replay of this? No replay. Hold on.
Saw a lot of dancing, but effective dancing.
Listen, that guy looked a lot like Israel's Donnie Eastman.
There's no one like Donnie Eastman.
The referees are taking their time to sort this out. Offside. We have offsetting penalties. We have a sport analyst here with us, Effie Gordetza. Effie, what'd you see there? Offsetting penalties, good call by the refs?
That's a big break for Russia, though.
He didn't see the penalty against Denmark, but
it's a big break for Russia, and Russia cannot decline that penalty. They would, of course, much prefer to take the play and then be marked back 5 yards for their penalty, but they can't do that. That is Denmark.
That's a big loss for Denmark.
Yeah, it's a big break for Russia.
Big gain that's called back from that penalty. So it's basically a do-over. And it's a good 10-yard gain. Number 89, Rasmus Brandt with the reception.
Now, if you're Russia, you don't want to start thinking about the clock yet at all. You want to keep on trying to play your game and play aggressively. However, I will point out that these long drives, repeated downs, penalties that keep drives alive, are to the benefit of the underdog, in this case Russia. It essentially makes it a shorter game.
Into the end zone,
and
incomplete, but a flag that comes in from behind the play. You know, Dovey, we have standing on the sideline here a real football legend named Lars Carlson. Maybe we'll be able to.
Carlson?
Yeah, maybe we'll be able to get him over to chat with us at halftime. Lars is one of the nicest gentlemen in the whole world of flag football. Maybe the nicest gentleman. He's always got a big smile on his face, always got a good word for everybody. That's overthrown a bit and falls incomplete in the end zone. The Oscar Stark was trying to get there, but could not quite do it. I don't know if we're seeing the best of Denmark in this game, but this is not the champions that have won the last 5 European championships. This is, although they're not starting their quarterback. Frederick Ermler is sitting this game out. Oh, good move by the quarterback into the end zone. Touchdown. Oh, not quite. Almost into the end zone.
And we have a report that Austria versus Spain is right now still tied 0-0.
That reception was by Emil Hertz. And Denmark is going to try to punch it into the end zone now. We have 3rd down. And overthrown on the sideline, out of bounds, and we'll have 4th and goal. We're still in the first half, Dovey, but got to say Denmark is really not clicking.
Yeah, there's only so long you can wait to really get your act together.
Several drives, and they've been stopped. Usually they don't get stopped this much in an entire game as they have in the first half.
And not to take anything away from Russia, they've been playing good defense.
Russia's playing well. Oh, we had a collision. There's got to be flags.
It's going to be declined because there is an interception.
There are several flags, though, Dovey. There could be, again, offsetting, but I think they're going to call it against the defense.
Let's watch on the replay.
Let's see the replay.
There's a collision, maybe not quite as brutal as the players made it. No, not at all. The sportsmanship in flag football is really, really amazing. Players, just want to play the game. They respect each other. They respect the game.
But it's a non-contact sport, and when you have contact, people will take a flop sometimes. I guess.
They'll let the referee know.
Yeah, let the referee know you got some contact. All right, Russia's got the ball, so Denmark was stopped. That penalty was against Denmark.
There's another handoff designed to successfully
gain 3 yards. I don't get it, Dovey. You gotta get to midfield to get a first down. You got to go for at least 7 yards a play.
At least.
3-yard plays don't get you anywhere.
The only defense of a 3-yard penalty is to bring the defense in so that then you can throw over their heads. But Russia is gaining 3 yards like clockwork here.
We got a long pass. He's open. A full length of the field, and is he in the end zone?
Yes.
In the end zone, touchdown, Russia, which has miraculously taken
Let's watch this again.
A 19-7 lead over Denmark.
It's beautifully thrown. The defender was not fooled. He was not out of position, but it was just a beautifully thrown pass. Nice catch by the receiver.
And once again, it was that secret weapon that just cannot be stopped. Number 1. For Russia, it was Tokarev. I mean, they are just... this could be the surprise result of the tournament. It's out of bounds.
Going to him again, but it was thrown wide left.
Thrown wide. Not a good throw. But Russia is now 2 scores up over Denmark. Let that sink in. For all those that know the history of flag football, where Denmark has 5 straight gold medals in European competition, they're one of the finest teams in the world, and they are trailing Russia
in Russia's first
international tournament, first European championship, and Russia's leading them 20-7. What is it? 19-7. All right, Denmark's got to buckle down now. So from his own end zone, we've got about a 7 or 8 yard gain. Niels Kjar. We've got a timeout for Denmark. They really want to get a score before halftime because...
let's see how much time is left on the clock, actually.
we've got some wind here in Jerusalem.
It's the nice, beautiful Jerusalem
Nice,
weather,
beautiful
Steve, I keep
breeze.
saying.
Wonder if it's going to impact the passers. It's a pretty strong breeze right now. Denmark's got about a half a minute left, as far as I know. We're second down and long. Niels Kajar back to pass. He's got a man wide open in the middle of the field. That was number 88, Marcus Norung.
Let's see how it gets so wide open. See a defensive breakdown is now.
There's a completion on near the sideline.
Wisely steps out of bounds to stop the clock.
Stops the clock. See if we can get a time check.
14 seconds.
14 seconds remain in the first half. Denmark really is getting kind of desperate to put a score on the board before half.
But they're well positioned to do it here. 14 seconds should be enough time to run 3 plays. They're just inside the 10-yard line.
Kajar into the end zone. Oh, no, he's short of the end zone, sorry.
Short of the end zone.
Yeah, he just
At
got
the 2-yard line, and Denmark uses their, I believe, final timeout of the half.
final timeout. Again, there. I don't know why you necessarily don't go into the end zone.
Well, now positioned at the 2-yard line, I would say, you do have certain options that you didn't before. However, some of those options are a little bit dangerous because if it's a run play or a short shovel or lateral that gets stopped short of the end zone, you might not be able to get off your 4th down play before the clock runs out.
So they're out of timeouts. Got 3rd down. They have time for 2 quick plays if they stay in bounds. Kajar into the end zone and
Incomplete.
dropped.
There's a flag. Receiver got a hand on it, maybe even 2 hands on it, but was not able to haul it in. Penalty is against the defense. The receiver may have actually bobbled it and only managed to secure possession when he was out of bounds.
But there's a penalty anyway,
Right.
so it's 1st and goal.
But not enough time to run 4 plays.
No.
No question.
They're not going to need 4 anyway. There it is. The same play they did last time. This time dropped and not touched by the quarterback, by the defender apparently. It looked like there was some contact in the back of the end zone, but, you know, Dovey, what do you think? Would you have called
I
that?
don't think that was a penalty, and there's 1 second remaining on the clock. I will say that even if it had been a penalty, it would have been a foul. It would have been a smart one by the defense, but I don't disagree with the call.
At this point, you do anything to stop them from scoring because even a penalty won't hurt you much. There'll still be just 1 play left. And there's the snap
And that's
into
gonna
the
be a
back of the
penalty.
end zone. He dropped the ball and another penalty.
That's going to be a penalty against the offense, I believe.
And there's a player injured. There's a Russian player down.
He's down with a serious injury and or convincing.
Well, this is not a good time to waste time. I mean, we're at the end of the half.
again, he wanted to make sure that he got the call. He wanted to make sure that that the referees noticed. I think the referees would have noticed that anyway.
No, he's in pain, W. You can see the pain on his face. He is.
That is a convincing grimace.
He's got a. Looks like his hit was in the nose. Took a shot in the nose. Well, he's taking a seat now. He's out of the game. He's got some ice pack on. So let's see if the refs can sort out this penalty and get halftime.
I mean, the only question, I would think, is whether there is some sort of offsetting penalty. Well, apparently there is, because there's going to be another play around from scrimmage.
So Denmark will have yet another chance to score. Now they're on about the 1 foot line. Still got to punch it in. Can't run it in. He's got a man in the corner. Great defense. And another penalty flag comes in. How many penalties can they call before this drive is over? That was Dimitri with the knee with a great defensive play. I didn't see a penalty on that one.
Really a great move by Dimitri.
He extended himself, unless there was contact earlier in the play.
I mean, I was watching that develop. I really did not see anything. He is quite frustrated and surprised, and I would say rightly so. There could have been something from the back angle that we didn't see, but from here it really looked like great defense.
Yeah, and W, you and I see everything, so I don't think that could happen.
Infallibly so.
Yeah, we are two of the most experienced referees in the history of the state of Israel. So
I'm sure someday we'll make a mistake, Steve. Everyone does. Someday we will too.
There it is. Finally, another play into the end zone, incomplete, and another flag. This half is never going to end, ladies and gentlemen. This could be one of the longest games in the history of the European Championship. 4 or 5 penalties in a row on the last play of the half.
This one may mercifully have been called against the offense.
Who is that ref in the back of the end zone? I'm not going to criticize refs. It's not my thing. But it is halftime, so I guess it was called off, or against Russia or Denmark. And
it was against Denmark. It was against Denmark.
Okay.
That team in red.
We've got halftime. And we're going to try to see if we can get Niles, Lars Carlson over here, saying this is one of the best known personalities in Danish football. What do you think? For trailing Russia. Who would believe that a Danish team, it's true, you've already clinched the playoffs, you've already clinched number 1.
Yeah. I don't know, we wasn't supposed to go like this right now, and this just shows that the level of flag football around the world is growing. And even though we are Denmark, we have all those games in the past and all the games we played in this tournament. It doesn't help us right now. We have to play this game. So now we have to step it up and play a good half.
Denmark has won 4 or 5 gold medals in a row. This one is not going to be so easy. I get a sense that there are a couple of other teams that are on about the same level, and even though you've got to buy it, it's going to be tough.
It's going to be tough. There's some good teams in the tournament, and all the teams are catching up to us, so we have to still keep rising our level as well, and then we need to do this in this tournament to win this one.
Now, next year, you're going to be hosting the World Championship of Flag Football. That's pretty exciting.
Oh, it's exciting. We're looking forward to that. Preparation will start as soon as I get back home. We will start the first meetings and prepare for the tournament.
And it's still an open tournament, right, with teams that are going to be coming from all over. We're about to start the second half, so I don't want to take much more of your time. good luck with that World Championship. Hopefully we'll be back broadcasting it from Denmark. And good luck to you the rest of the tournament.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're enjoying Jerusalem?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Second half just underway. Denmark with a short gain on first down.
Repeat the score, Dovey. I know it's on the screen, but 19-7.
19-7.
Who would have thunk?
And during halftime, I saw an impassioned Denmark coaching staff.
Yeah, they don't want a loss on their record. I think it's, a major insult to them. They usually go through tournaments without a loss and straight to the gold medal. This tournament's going to be tougher for them. Into the ends, towards the end zone, and
Nice
just
catch.
Short on about the 2-yard line.
Good concentration by the receiver.
Number 3. That was Oscar
Watch him
Stark.
Slightly bobble it for a moment and pull it in.
So we'll have first and goal from about the 1-yard line. The last game of the day for our video crew. They'll be back out here on Sunday, of course, early in the morning, Sunday morning for the last day of the competition, and leading into all of the medals games during the course of the morning and later into the afternoon, and then, of course,
Trick
the medal
play,
ceremony.
Halfback option. The officiating crew seems to have some uncertainty about what happened. Let's see if we can figure it out. The snap to the receiver who dumped it off. I'm not sure what the ruling is going to be. Penalties against the defense. I believe this is setting up first down.
Yeah.
From the
First
half-yard line.
into the end zone, back of the end zone, and caught. I'm not sure if he was aiming for him or the receiver behind him. Do you think he was the primary receiver?
Well,
I mean,
half of the receiving corps was open there.
Mass Edmondson caught the ball, but the big receiver, number 88, Marcus Norung, was right behind him, also looking to catch the ball. Yeah, the bottom line is they got the score.
Now a 6-point game, so this is an important extra point.
And it's caught in the end zone. Really a good, tough catch. That was number 88. That was, again, Marcus Norung. So Denmark is back in it.
19-14, so it's less than one score game.
Look, Russia has got to get some rhythm. They've got to get a drive going, and then they've got to get a score. None of these 2-yard plays, though. That's not
here,
going
the
to do
best
it.
defense is a good offense.
Yeah.
They're not going to be able to stop Denmark forever. They have to put up some points of their own.
But go down the field a little bit. I mean, all right, that play gained 5 or 6, maybe 7 yards, but it's not designed to gain any more than that. 2 more plays like that will get them a first down, so maybe they figure that's their strategy, just a slow, easy drive of short passes. But they cannot be content with a one-score lead. You've got to try to, even less, only 5-point lead. Man in motion. And he goes deep. No way. That's an intercepted.
Picked off.
It's a pick. He's running it back. The play is still alive. Number 81. Jonas Hansson with the pick and the return back to nearly midfield. And he smartly, Dovey, I don't know if he did it intentionally, he ran out of bounds about 1 yard before the first down marker. Either very clever or very lucky. I don't know. I'm going to try to ask the player.
Looked like he didn't really have anywhere further to go, but yes, that did work out very, very well.
To be short of the half?
And he says he did it on purpose. That was a smart play. Very smart move.
Very smart play by Jonas Hansson. Pass into the end zone, falls incomplete. See, the idea is, Dovey, there's one possible first down in a flag football game, and that's at midfield.
Do tell.
If you're running it back and you can't make it all the way anyway, then why not go out of bounds just before midfield? Then you could take some shots downfield and come back and get your first down if needed.
What we were talking about earlier.
That's right. It gives you as many as 8 plays to score rather than 4. And a short pass out of bounds, only about a 4 or 5 yard gain, but it's also a first down.
Now let's see what Russia's defense has got in them. This is the point of the game where for the Russian defense, things cannot feel good. 5-point lead, but it feels... It feels almost inevitable. And someone's going to have to step up, as they say, and make a play.
Yeah, you got to feel like the momentum has changed and has gone in the Danish direction. Knocking on Russia's door. Just short of the end zone. Number 3. He's in. And that is a touchdown for number 3, Oscar Stark. And Denmark, Greenland has taken the lead.
Let's watch us reach at the end of the play after the completion. Right over the pylon.
I don't know how many players they have from Greenland on the Danish team, but make sure you know Greenland is part of Denmark, ladies and gentlemen. Ball is bobbled and ruled incomplete, but we have had that change of lead, and Denmark is now leading. Dubby?
2019. Well, before I asked whether the Russian defense could step up and make a play.
No extra point.
Now clearly is up to their offense. Russia trailing for the first time in this game.
First time in the game near the opening play, even though I was calling it a Denmark touchdown. It was actually a Russian touchdown. That was my dumb mistake in the beginning, if you recall. Because who would have thought Russia would just score so easily off Denmark, and they do wear the same colors. But this is home and away, so that's what happens.
Oh, missed flag.
Russia is... That is a huge break that was not expected at all.
That? Oh, did Russia need that?
Russia got a huge boost. Great play by Vasily Butusov. Missed tackle, as it were. And they're now in scoring position. First and goal for Russia with a chance to retake the lead.
Now, I don't want to jump the gun on this, but if Russia scores, go for 1 or 2. Steve, what do you say?
They're down by 1 point.
Now down by 1. So
1
score
point.
Put them up by 5.
Yeah, I would go for 1. just to be a touchdown up, and then you know.
That's a completion.
On the other hand, I would like to say that since they're not going to make the playoffs anymore, Russia would really like to go for a win and not a tie.
Well, let's see first if they can score.
Got a two-quarterback situation. He's running.
That's a sack.
Oh, a great pull by number 17. Jonas Jensen, great pull. He was heading for a long gain towards the goal line and came out from nowhere and got him from behind.
In a situation like this, you tend to look at it through the underdog's eyes, and we keep on asking, who from Russia is going to step up and make a play. But let's not forget, the Danish players are here for a reason.
And they are the champs. They don't want to lose a game. Even if it's meaningless in the standings, they've already got their group one. They're in top of the group. They don't want a loss. And passes out of bounds. He's under a lot of pressure there.
Yeah, and great coverage. Quarterback had no open options. So it's a hard count, and I believe the offense fell for their own trick. That's going to be a sack.
Oh, beautiful sack.
It's a sack just before midfield.
Number 17 is really keeping on the pressure. That's Jonas Jensen.
Yeah, it was fourth down.
He's made all the difference. Way to go, Jonas.
2 sacks on that drive.
All right, so sometimes you need a player to step up big, and sometimes it's the pass rusher.
That's right.
Well, that's another flop by the Russian defender. He did take a hit, but I don't know if he took a hit that was that hard. Did not get a call, as far as I can tell. He did get a stern talking to from the referee for some contact, but for some reason, no penalty flag thrown. So now we have the Danes needing a score because you don't want to give Russia back the ball with only a 1-point lead. It's a short pass completion to number 89, Rasmus Brandt. And there's a ball towards the end zone and knocked down at the last second. No, he's throwing a flag on that, Dovey.
Oh, that was beautiful defense.
I thought the defense was perfect.
Let's look
on
for
that.
any contact here.
Dimitri looked to me like he timed it perfectly. Maybe the refs are getting together. Maybe they're going to call this off. I mean,
I would like to think that someone
that was a clean play.
Position to be able to.
I think the head ref, he's an experienced ref. He probably saw it. They're going to call that off. That's right. There is no penalty on that. Wave it off, refs. Good job. Good job, refs. They got it right in the end.
It was really a beautifully defended pass.
Just want to have a mic for a Russian woman. Dashkevitz.
So Russia gets the ball back.
We have a Russian commentator that's joining us now to say a few words in Russian about how are you joining this tournament. Speak in Russian.
Говорить по-русски. Я очень рад, на самом деле, что Россия дебютирует именно в Израиле. Для нас большой успех, то, что мы сюда приехали, и то, что в каждой игре и наши девушки, и наши ребята показывают свою лучшую игру, в том числе в матче против финалистов чемпионата мира датчан. Наши ребята ушли на перерыв, ведя в счете, и до сих пор имеют все шансы, чтобы победить. Макаров получает мяч. Флаг сорван.
Precisely.
We're going to have some Russian commentary for the next couple of minutes. For this drive, we're going to let it be done in Russian. I'll say what's going on. We've got a short gain for Russia. This is a key drive, and I'll let you announce each play, and I'll take over after you.
Хорошо, второй даун. Алексей Лебедев становится в шотган. Меняет комбинацию. Дмитрий Иванов становится в слот. Мяч ушел. Пас. Макаров получает мяч. Уходит. Флаг сорван.
So we had a short completion, about 7 or 8 yards. I think it'll be third down now.
Third down is coming up.
Да, два подряд паса на центра российской сборной Дмитрия Макарова, который представляет команду Зюзина Зомбис. Квотербэк Алексей Лебедев из команды «Крепкие орехи». Третий даун и середина. И примерно 12-15 ярдов надо пройти нашим ребятам, чтобы получить первый даун. Возможно, будет откидка на Дмитрия Иванова, который, в свою очередь, передаст мяч Алексею Лебедеву. Сейчас ждем этот момент. Мяч получает Алексей Лебедев. Идет пас. И мяч не принят. Прицелился на Дмитрия Макарова третий раз подряд, но в этот раз...
So we have an incomplete pass and we'll have fourth down coming up.
Да, нашим ребятам предстоит реализовать четвертый даун, чтобы получить возможность выйти вперед, потому что пока счет 20-19 в пользу сборной Дании. Несмотря на то, что наши ребята проигрывают, это большой успех, потому что против нас играют финалисты позапрошлого чемпионата мира. Неоднократные чемпионы Европы, 4 или 5 раз подряд Дания выиграла чемпионат Европы и собирается сделать это в 6-й раз. Они лидеры нашей группы. И, тем не менее, наши ребята бьются до последнего. Сейчас на поле 3 игрока, Зюзин Зомбис и 2 крепких ореха.
They've got to go for the first down, a long way to go.
Мяч ушел. Георгий Токарев. И мяч сбит. Капитан сборной Дании, один из самых опытных игроков, успел сбить мяч и не позволил Георгию поймать.
All right, and the ball is fallen incomplete. We're going to stay with our Russian announcer until the end of this game. Dovey, you can take the English side, and,
Sure.
and I'll sit quietly for a while.
Fantastic. We can sometimes, if you want to chat, we can carry it in English, and I
happily, probably better than my Russian.
We have a lot of people that speak Russian in this country, maybe about 1 in 7, but we're not 2 of them.
Yes, I went to Channel 9 the first day I came to give an interview about Russian team coming. So, yes, I know that. So, Russia is in the defense, Denmark attacking. Блицует Груздев. И Иван Ворхин срывает флаги. Иван выступает за команду борщей щи из города Екатеринбурга. Хотя в данный момент он проживает в Москве, и когда большие еще не приезжают на турниры, он играет за команду Sparrows.
Which means second down coming up. And only 1:20 left in the game.
Минута 40. Уже внутри двухминутного нападения, ребята. И все равно, если им удастся сделать defensive stop, если они остановят датчан до первого, не позволят им набрать первый даун, у нас появится шанс выиграть эту игру. Снэп, бросок, прием. Номер 89 принимает мяч. Дмитрий Ни срывает флаг. Время продолжает идти.
And Brent very wisely stays in bounds. Will bring us to the 1-minute warning, I believe.
You have a lot of football players in Russia?
We have a number of tackle teams, and we have less flat football teams in men's, but we have a lot of women's flag
So let me ask you this. This was your first time at an international flag football competition.
As a national squad, yes.
As a national team, but you're going to be back every year, right?
Every
couple of years.
Yes. We're going to do our best to do that.
If you raise enough money. I know it's a big problem for everybody.
Complete. Out. Время стоит и... Is it the fourth down?
All right, so we have a fourth down and about 1 yard for a first down. This...
Четвертый и коротко сейчас. А если нашим ребятам удастся остановить, у нас появится шанс на последний драйв в этой игре.
Big play for Russia. If their defense can step up and stop them on 4th and 1 and get a chance to score in the other direction, this is the play.
Блицует Максим Столяров. Блиц пошел. Бросок. Мяч не принят. Мяч не принят. Мяч не принят. Нападение России.
So he was out of bounds.
Interesting
Russia
that
gets the
ruled
ball.
out of bounds.
We see a lot of
Let's
excitement on the
watch
Russian
that
sideline.
replay.
Всего одно очко
I
отделяет
felt like he
наших
might have
ребят от
corralled the
победы в этом
ball
матче.
before stepping out. There's a foot in.
Великолепная игра в защите наших ребят.
Tough to say with certainty without zooming in on that replay, but I thought he had possession before he
Дмитрий
stepped out.
Докучаев, номер 5, Дмитрий Иванов, номер 81, Георгий Токарев, номер 1, Василий Бутусов, 87. Квотербек Алексей Лебедев.
Looked to me like a completion, but Russia gets the call.
Мяч принят. Флаги полетели.
That may be called against the offense. Yeah.
Нарушение в нападению присваивает судья, который отметился сегодня целым рядом довольно спорных решений против нашей команды. Тем не менее, наши ребята стараются. Повтор первого дауна и половина расстояния назад. Повтор первого дауна. Снэп. Бросок. Дмитрий Иванов принимает мяч. Время стоит. Он успел выйти в аут. И второй даун будет играть наша команда с примерно 7 ярдов.
That was another close call.
18 ярдов надо пройти.
There's a close call as to whether the receiver actually did manage to get out of bounds to stop the clock. Of course, we have the benefit of replay, which the officials do not, and they're doing a fantastic job.
What down we have? Third down. Second down.
Дмитрий Иванов снова с мячом. Время идет. Третий даун.
Third down coming up. Might be time to go deep, Russia.
Снэп. Бросок. Дмитрий Иванов принимает мяч. Первый даун Россия. Время стоит. Отличный пас Алексея Лебедева на своего старого знакомого по команде, с которым они играют вместе более 8 лет. Приносит России первый даун и возможность донести победный тачдаун. Мяч готов к игре. Игроки сборной России расходятся по позициям. Алексей Лебедев в шотгане. Моушен. Снэп. Бросок. Георгий Токарев ловит мяч. Выходит в аут. Время стоит.
So here we are inside the final minute. Russia is driving. If they score, they will most likely be the victors. That would be a stunning upset if they can pull it off. And but it still can go either way.
Второй даун. Бросок. Георгий Токарев ловит мяч.
And he was definitely stopped in bounds there. So the clock is running.
The clock is stopped.
And now stop for the timeout.
Timeout for Denmark.
Denmark, they're afraid to concede, so they want to preserve time to strike back.
Denmark is afraid that if Russia scores, they won't have any time with the ball, so they wanted to use a timeout there to leave themselves some time. The Russians, first of all, got to put it in the end zone. If they don't score,
well, then it's over.
It's over.
«37 секунд до конца матча». Третий даун сборной России. Примерно в 12 ярдах от зачетной зоны соперника. Дмитрий Иванов отбрасывает мяч Алексею Лебедеву. Он бежит сам. И флаг срывают примерно.
So that option didn't work very well.
Да, Россия теряет даун, и время продолжает идти. Сейчас четвертый даун. Четвертый даун, и все должно идти в эндзону сейчас. Все ребята должны будут стремительно пройти свои отрезки. Примерно 12 ярдов. И надеяться, что мяч придет им в руки. Примерно 7 ярдов отходит назад Алексей Лебедев, чтобы получить мяч в шотгане. Снэп. Прицел. Бросок. Флаг налетит на поле. Время остановлено. Возможно, Россия получит еще одну возможность бросить мяч в эндзону.
That I would say was a more plausible penalty.
Right, because I
push
thought
from the back.
There was something of a push instead of a flag pull. He went and he got the flags, but he got the flags only after he sort of shoved a bit, and therefore that's why the flag came in. But they're waving it off. I mean, it wasn't a clear penalty, but that if they called it at all, that would have been the reason.
К сожалению, флаг отменяется, и потеря мяча оборачивается окончанием игры. Прекрасная возможность.
An interesting way for the game to end on waved off a flag that would have set up first and goal on the one.
Российской команды. Всего одно очко они проигрывают могучим датчанам. Отличная игра.
All right, let's say goodbye to tell me your name.
Lev Petukhov.
Lev Petukhov, thank you so much for being with us. Thanks for being here in Israel with us. I hope you enjoy the rest of your stay. You guys are terrific. Thank you guys for coming to our country and being here with us for this tournament.
Steve, after several decades with you in American football in Israel, it's been really a pleasure to be part of the first European Flag Football Championship in Jerusalem here with you.
And I must say that is the first time that we've ever had a broadcast of any type in this country. Well, not true. We've had Russian, but not at a flag football game. That was a great game. Turned into a great game. We thought it was just an end-of-the-day blowout. Turned into a great finish. There are the Russians and the Danes in the center of the field. Great sportsmanship on both sides. It was really exciting for Russia to give the Danes that kind of a contest. Danes have now finished with a perfect record of 5-0.
And I think Russia can be proud of their performance in this game, certainly.
They won a game this tournament. They'll finish with 1-4, so they're out of the playoffs. But they'll be back on Sunday morning. Now, just a reminder to our viewers, we will be back here on Sunday morning at 8, bright and early, for a full day of competition, which will begin with some playoff games, wild card games, later on in the day, some placement games, and finishing with our finals and medals games, and then the medals ceremony itself. So thanks for being with us. Have a great Shabbat. Those of you that are here in Israel, those of you that are of the Jewish persuasion, have a great Shabbat. For
everyone have a great Shabbat.
Everyone have a great weekend. Enjoy Jerusalem. For all of you that are taking part in this European Championship, you have a free day. Shabbat off. You're not going to be playing tomorrow. Enjoy the country. Thanks for being with us.